Welcome to another edition of Main Event Wrestling. I am, as always, your host, Mr. Main Event Wrestling. Sorry for not coming up here last week, but I had a busy week and Raw was pretty uneventful, so I decided to take a break. And I will start this one off by answering a question from Victor Baker on Facebook. He asked me about my thoughts on the beatdown that Lesnar put on Cena at SummerSlam, and what do I see happening at Night of Champions in the match, and is it now or will there ever be time for a John Cena heel turn? With the SummerSlam match, I really liked the way they booked it. It was, I think, what it should have been. Lesnar was dominant. Lesnar was utterly dominant. He murdered Cena. He just destroyed him. I have never seen a title match or any main event match, for that matter, that wasn't booked as just a squash, be that much of a squash. Cena did nothing. Literally nothing in that match. But how do I see it going at Night of Champions? I see it going a little bit of the same, with more offense from Cena. But I see Lesnar getting the win again with an F5. But I also see it being partially due to a distraction from Heyman. And in regards to a Cena heel turn, now's not the time. It won't be the time until there's someone else who's selling merchandise at a level that they can compensate at least most of for what Cena sells in merchandise. And even then, I don't know if they'll do it. I'd like to see it happen, but I don't know if they'll do it. But to Raw tonight, Raw was a pretty uneventful show. It kicked off with the highlight reel with Jericho and Orton, and then Orton comes out with the entire authority after Jericho runs him down, saying he's gotten everything handed to him on a silver platter, that he hasn't had to work for anything. And Triple H starts talking about how he doesn't know if he's going to give the championship match at Night of Champions to Cena anymore because of the chance that Lesnar will end Cena's career. And then he says he doesn't know who he's going to give it to. Then everyone out there, when the Authority throws their name in the hat, Jericho throws his name in the hat, then Cena comes out, then Reigns throws his name in the hat, and a 6-man tag is made for the main event with Cena, Reigns, and Jericho against Orton, Kane, and Rollins. And then we go to, there's a tag match with Cesaro and Miz against Sheamus and Ziggler, and Miz gets the pin. And then we get continuation of the Rusev and Mark Henry feud when Rusev interferes in a tag match and then Swagger beats Curtis Axel and Zeb comes back, and then we have more interaction between Swagger and Bo Dallas, and I'm kind of liking Bo Dallas in this one. He's being a gigantic asshole, and I like that. And then we get these vignettes that Nikki Bella is recording with things that Brie did when they were growing up, and the terrible things, and it was just stupid. And a lot of this Bella feud has been kind of stale and dumb, and it seems a lot like the Hardy Boys feud from, what was that? God, 5 years ago? Jesus Christ, has it been that long? But yeah, it seems a lot like that one. And then they have a segment with Nikki Bella and Stephanie out there, and Stephanie praises Nikki for stepping out of her sister's shadow and awards her with a Divas title match, which brings out AJ because AJ is the former champion, hasn't gotten a rematch, so she's like, no, she's not the number one contender. I'm the number one contender because I'm the former champion. And then that brings out Brie Bella, and they're making a big deal in the storyline about the goddamn theme music. Now, I get it. Theme music is a huge part of wrestling. Theme music makes or breaks people a lot of the time. There have been some great themes that have made people better. There have been some bad themes that have made people worse. But to put it in a storyline is kind of stupid. Yeah, and then Brie comes back, and then gets all uppity and talking like, why, I'm your sister, blah, 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 all this is about, a Divas title match. And then after that, Paige comes out, says, hey, why are we talking about this without the Bloody Divas champion? And then everyone's going back and forth, and Nikki tries to convince Brie to quit, and then Nikki's running down Brie more, and then Brie finally snaps and attacks Nikki a little. She kind of shoves her into Paige, and they sell it like they both got fucking shot. And then AJ takes the belt, starts skipping around, and then Stephanie gets in her face, tells her to give it back, and there's a giant stare down. I would like to see those two have a match. I think they'd have a really good match, because after SummerSlam, apparently Stephanie can actually wrestle still, which is kind of surprising to me. They had more Goldust and Stardust and Uso stuff, and last week, since I didn't talk about it, Goldust and Stardust apparently turned heel. Was not seeing that coming. They went after Jay's knee, and then they hit it with a steel chair, and they're selling it like they're trying to end his career. I'd like to see how they make Goldust and Stardust act more heelish. I think both guys can pull off good heels. They've both proven they can pull off good heels. Cody Rhodes is a great heel. The mask gimmick, oh, that was great. And then we go to the main event. John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Chris Jericho beat Seth Rollins, Kane, and Randy Orton, with Reigns getting the win. And that's how Raw ended. And that's really it for what's happened the last 2 weeks that I'm going to talk about here, except for one thing. The IWC last week after Raw was on a little tangent about Cena burying the Wyatt family. Cena didn't fucking bury the Wyatt family. Cena looked strong against the Wyatt family. Cena laid all three of them out after a fucking match. It wasn't during a beatdown like Hulk Hogan would do to the fucking Dungeon of Doom when he'd fight off 15,000 guys single-handedly when they just jumped him. No. That's burying people. That's burying a group of people. John Cena did not bury the Wyatt family. Alright? Stop saying everyone who doesn't look good is fucking buried. That's fucking annoying. Alright? Alright. Thank you for listening. That's it for this week. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe. Send me any questions on Facebook or here on YouTube, and I'll answer them. And until next time, I will see you all later, and have a good one.